useful to people in the business that have problems passing mold clearances sometimes.
Okay, we're with Clay Hernandez, National Director of Training for Artist Biosolutions, and this is Clay's Corner. Clay, good morning.
Good morning.
So we have a little case here that you'd like to talk through. What would you like to talk through here?
Well, I just wanted to show a scenario that I run into quite often, and this was a client that called that knew I was going to be in this area of a project that his crew had just finished and wanted me to take a look at it. So I stopped in and took a look at it, and I thought this would be something that would be useful to people in the business that have problems passing mold clearances sometimes. So I had a colleague of mine, a client of Artemis's that buys our products, and he knew that I was in this area, so he asked me to go in and do a real quick inspection of a nursing home apartment that they had just finished doing the remediation on. So this picture is in the living room from the kitchen area, showing that I started my air pump and my vacuum pump, and I'm testing. And then in the next picture, I'm just showing the with the hygrometer, the RH, and the temperature at the time that I was taking my first sample. You can see the contents in the background there are all covered up. The air conditioning system, the PTAC unit, and the blinds are covered up as they should be. All of the carpeting has been removed. That was the protocol, was just to remove all carpeting and HEPA-vac all horizontal and vertical surfaces. So while that pump is running, I'm doing a visual inspection to make sure that all the debris is removed from the floor and most of the glue has come up and that they've done a good job of disinfecting. Same thing here. I'm just looking for debris on the floor and any dust that might have collected that wasn't HEPA-vac. And then as I'm making my way through the apartment, this is about a 600 square foot apartment. There's the bedroom PTAC unit and the floor where the carpet has been picked up. Another picture of the bedroom floor, and then a little peek into the bathroom. Then there's also a walk-in closet. So there's another picture of the flooring and everything that looks pretty clean. So I continue to go about my visual inspection. You can see there the handicap chair and the trash can has been covered up as it should be. So no contents after they've been cleaned. But then when I open up the bathroom vanity, I can see that that was part of the protocol, was to HEPA-vac the inside of the vanity and wipe it down to HEPA-vacing again, sandwich HEPA-vac. And you can see there's debris in there. So they totally missed this altogether. You can see the debris there. So nobody even opened this up. So what I suggested is that for sure, in the future, before they call in for an inspection, make sure that the project manager has done a walkthrough, a complete thorough walkthrough, and not waste time, because I wouldn't even bother doing a air sampling in this environment right here, because it obviously hasn't been. They went ahead, did the sampling just to see how bad it was. And in fact, it did fail in this particular instance in the bathroom. The living room passed, but it did fail in the bathroom.
So Clay, the key thing here then is like they did not properly clean in preparation for the inspection. Is that what happened?
They cleaned 95% of it. They didn't do the end. And so it was a fail. So they had to go back and re-vacuum the entire place, HEPA-vac, wipe down, HEPA-vac again, and then run the scrubbers for 24 hours, the air negative air machines.
Yep.
And then let those settle for 24 hours. And then the industrial hygienist would come back and retest.
And do you find this is a common situation? Does this happen often, where it is incomplete cleaning prior to?
It does, yes. I mean, not to that degree that they would miss stuff like that, but one of the things that industrial hygienists look for is just dust on top of doors, on top of door jambs and the casings, where it's just out of sight, out of mind. And a lot of those techs, just after a long day, they get sloppy. They don't pick up what they're supposed to. And that's usually pretty indicative of just a job that wasn't completed. It was done very well for the first 95%, but you don't finish that last 5%, and it's going to fail and cause you to have to redo the work and redo the inspection.
Yeah. So the consequences are big, right? It extends the length of the program. And
this particular tenant, whoever this was in this nursing home, lost 3 days of being able to get back into her place. So it's a perfect example. And the contractor having to go back in there and redo the work, the drive time to get there. So it just it's a domino effect. It just continues to cost money.
And the takeaway is
You
What's
have to be more thorough, and you have to double check before you call for a PRV, which a PRV is post remediation verification. That's basically an industrial hygienist coming out and inspecting after the remediation work has been completed. You should always double check, have somebody that's not part of the crew, or at least the leader of the crew, double check in every nook and cranny to make sure that it's been touched.
Thank you.